So this is the post lesson debrief, I guess, for the IIMP 2. So I taught my lesson on the writing assignment lesson for my students, and it's their summative assessment. They had the entire class period to brainstorm. First we did it a little bit as a class, then I kind of walked through it independently with some students. So they had the whole lesson to brainstorm and write. Whatever they did not finish, they have to finish for homework, and they will turn in, it's Sunday today, so they will turn in tomorrow during class. This was really an eye-opening lesson for me as a teacher. So I decided to assign the writing because, first of all, our students at Vashon are far, far behind grade level in reading and writing. And part of it, I think, is they just need more practice. They're not writing in all their classes. They're not reading in all their classes. It's pretty clear to me that they've kind of just been passed along for a lot of years instead of really been taught the skills they need in a way that they understand. It seems to me like their past educational experiences have been people saying, I don't know, you can't do this, or this is too hard, so we're going to give you a project instead of a writing assessment or something like that. And I think, yes, there are different types of learners and people showcase their knowledge differently, but if these students want to go to college and be successful there, they need to know how to write. So I definitely want to incorporate more writing into my lesson plans, especially seeing how this lesson went. When I was able to work independently and sit down with a student and really walk them through constructing an argument, they were successful. But I should have taken more time to kind of set up the assessment with them, or really showcase how to write a 2-page paper. I think before this lesson, assumed they would know, assumed they could take information, and they had all the information in their notes, and they had the access to their textbook, so I assumed they could take that and construct an argument from it. That was the wrong assumption. I should not have done that. I should have taken time to model that for them. My thinking was, they're 10th graders. They've been doing this for 5 years. We don't need to do that step, but we do need to do that step next time. So going forward, I'm definitely going to add more writing assessments because it is a skill that my students need to work on. That being said, I think I'm going to each time, or at least until their skills get a little stronger, devote almost an entire lesson to planning and to drafting and outlining an argument. One thing that I want to do, so my students will turn in their some have turned in their papers already, but they'll turn in their final paper tomorrow, and I'll grade them hopefully by midweek. I want to kind of have a rewrite workshop as an additional lesson plan that I wasn't planning originally, but I think it's necessary. So I'm going to give students their initial score based on the rubric and add my notes, but I want them to have the opportunity to revise and rewrite because a lot of them need that opportunity. And I will take the time now to explain how to craft an argument. We'll do a practice one as a class probably, and then at least outline it as a class, and then they'll have the opportunity to revise their own and work independently. I think just as an educator in general, as a first-time teacher or soon-to-be first-time teacher, I'm constantly learning what my students already know and what I have to teach them. I think I kind of have been taking for granted, or assuming that they have these skills that maybe they don't have yet, and I need to, without assuming, my students are not dumb, and I know I want to portray that I think that. I don't. But I think they haven't been taught a lot of skills that I believe they should know by 10th grade. So we're going to take time to learn those skills. And I think it just needs, we as a class need to plan more together, and I've been doing a lot of projects because that's what my lead teacher said they really like, and it is true, but I don't think they're learning the most effectively that way. So for the rest of this semester, we're going to do a lot of revisions and strengthen the skills that my students already have and teach them some new ones.